Welcome to On the Road with Mibbenbar, a podcast that takes a deep dive into the realms of storytelling, culture, and exploration. Join Jack and Lisa as we engage in thought-provoking chats with a variety of guests, uncovering insights that unite our communities. This series offers an inspiring journey filled with discovery. Let's embark on this adventure together.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great. You, Month? Great. I'm great.
Always good to hear.
I'm always great.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, no, look, that's fantastic.
Do you know who my husband is?
No,
No, you don't know him. He's a bit of a rebel.
A rebel. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to episode 11 of On the Road with Mibbenbar. We're going to have a yarn a little bit about post-heart event.
Yeah.
So we're 8 weeks in now.
And how are you feeling?
I'm feeling like really good at the moment. So I've got someone that's caring for me very deeply. So I'm very glad of that. We've been doing a little bit of walking.
Yeah,
Went for a bike ride this morning while you ran. So
yes,
very exciting to get on the bike.
You were excited, and because I'm a very slow runner, that you weren't going too fast. So when we say you're bike riding, you weren't moving very fast.
My heart rate was very good. So,
but your heart rate never goes up when you're bike riding. It stays
no,
pretty
not really. No.
Yeah, no. But still, we don't need to add any stress or pressure. No, God, no. We've tested it.
Because
really
as Dr. Mark Wenentong says,
yeah,
the biggest killer of our men is stress.
Yeah, and what I keep saying to that is if you listen to your woman, you won't be in trouble and you won't be stressed. Life will be
good advice for all the fellas out there.
Yeah, listen to your woman.
As LB just said, listen to your woman.
Yeah.
And there's no stress then. I think I'd like to disagree with that, but I'm not going to this morning. So yeah, look, so 8 weeks on exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It was the 1st of May. We're now on the 1st of July, so 8 weeks exactly. And I won't lie, it's been a bit of a interesting journey, hasn't it?
It really has. It's been a wild roller coaster. It hasn't been easy. It's been quite challenging, and it's probably made us stronger. I don't know if we could have been any stronger before or loved each other any more than what we did, but this is something that's not tested our love or patience for each other, but it's just, for me, I feel like it's made us stronger. You better agree with me.
Oh, no, definitely. I'm not disagreeing with that. But we're on the phone before, and you did say to a good friend of ours, Blanco, that it's been hard for you. I'm too much of a rebel, so
you're tough to look after. You're strong. You're independent. You like to do things your way, which we're like a mirror of each other in that space. But
my way is normally the best way, though. You reckon?
No, definitely not. But what I think the challenge, me watching for you to be looked after. And you're so used to taking care of me and everyone else and everything else that comes into the mix. So to be looked after, or I think that's been uncomfortable for you. And I'm a smotherer. I love to mother and love and look after whoever I'm looking after. Probably too much, as I've learnt, because I don't have boundaries. I just go for the kill. Just go for it.
Oh, look, I mean, you're probably right. You probably do smother a little bit, but that's just the way you do things, and that's okay too. I understand that, and I'm okay with that. And I mean, I've loved the way you've looked after me, and you are looking after me. So it's been a big eye opener, I suppose. And yeah, look, it is hard for people like myself to sit still, but you're like that as well. So it's not. Yeah, it has been a hard journey, but not only that, it's been the journey of the Australian health system has been a real eye opener for us. Like we were waltzing back into the country after the event. We felt fantastic, and we've said it all before. Like there was we wouldn't wasn't able to get an appointment with a cardiologist without seeing a GP. We just moved to the area, so we didn't have a GP, so we had to try and make that appointment. 4 GPs later, different medications from GPs, and I don't want to keep harping on it. And then last week, we went back and we seen the GP, and she basically said to me that it was my fault that I had the heart attack, and that if I had have kept up with checkups and that, which we had a couple of checkups recently, and that's what I said to her was that what would have been different, because they're not checking up, and as we've said before, I had no real signs and symptoms of the heart event. So what would have been different? I don't think anything would have been, and then LB got a little bit defensive, I think, and went on the attack.
I don't think you blame someone for having a heart attack. I think
it's been like a really interesting journey. I mean, it doesn't matter whose fault it was or whatever. I mean,
when you're here today, you're healthy.
We're here to tell the story. We're here to get on with the next chapter of our life, and like even down to yes, the cardiologist was fantastic on the Sunshine Coast. Yes, we emailed to see if we could get a copy of the report. No, you can't. It's and I don't understand that, seeing that it's the report is about it's about me. So why can't we have that report? And the other thing was we only emailed to ask a general question whether I could use infrared sauna, and then they wanted to make an appointment for me to see him, and even the earliest online one was the 30th of July or something like that for one question. I mean, let's be friggin' serious. I mean, it can't be that hard to answer a question in an email, and it was just about the use of infrared sauna. So someone might be able to tell us different. I don't know, but just for me, I think it's just total nonsense, to be honest.
100%. But I was just going to say that Amir, our beautiful brother, our healing doctor, our practitioner, our homeopath, he's been fantastic. And the remedies that he's given you has been a complete shift in your energy. You got your colour back. You have energy to work through the day and move, and you've been giving me attitude and been a little bit of a smart ass again. So I like that side. I don't, it was a bit worrying watching you in that space with that other medication. And again, this is just our journey with the health system and medication, but what is working is the remedies from Amir. And I mean, that's, I mean, you look good. You keep saying how you feel good, and you're eating really well. You're sleeping better. So, and we are, even with our work journey now, that has already changed. And again, like we said, we were going to do this before this event had happened, but it's made sure that we've made changes with work. It's reset everything, and it's for the better.
Yeah. And just with a couple of things on that, I mean, I do have to shout out to our brother Amir, absolute champion fella, champion practitioner. Just the real deal he is, and he has seriously looked after me, along with a lot of other people as well. I've been, checking in and that. But I also wanted to give a shout out to, our brother Dr. Mark Wenatong as well, who's been there in the background day in, day out, checking in and seeing how I am and what's going on, and giving those little bits of advice. And there's two fellas right there that I really look up to and admire and greatly and see as inspirational people, I guess. So I think that's, I just wanted to say that. And
sorry, I just want to jump in with inspiration without intentionally trying to inspire anybody through the process of your awakening or heart event, whatever we want to call it. You've had some really beautiful messages from other people just going, well, I went and got a blood test, Jack, and checked my cholesterol, did a stress test, and, a couple of people lost 10 kilos. Lots of, stories that have changed other people without you going, oh, let's do this to create a change.
Yeah, definitely wasn't intentional, and I don't want to. And as like one lad, he won't mind me saying his name, will he? Matty Cook. We had lunch with the other day. I've said it now. So, but another fella that totally inspirational to so many people, and his thoughts were, he didn't want to have an event, so he wanted to get on the front foot, and he just thought it was, and as so many people have said, like you're pretty fit, and for it to happen to you, it sort of can happen to any of us. So, it's, as you said, it's an unintentional positive that's come out of this, and we like to look at those positives as well and celebrate those little wins. And he looked fantastic, Matty, when we seen him the other day.
It was good to see him,
yeah. So it's just those little things, as you say, and there's been other people as well that have said, like if it can happen to you, it can happen to any of us. So again, I don't want it to happen again. So and I do have to give the biggest shout out to you for the way you have conducted yourself and looked after me. And, like I can't leave your sight for 10 seconds now. And it's, Jack, where are you? Jack, where are you? What are you doing? Those sort of things. So,
because I love you.
Look, as you said before, these sort of things probably can break you or make you. We didn't need either of those, but it just shows how connected we are and how much we do together and how much we are one, I guess. So that's the message here. And again, all I can say is how grateful, how blessed I feel. So so onward and upward from here. We've got some exciting things happening with regards to Mibbenbar and move for Mibbenbar. So stay tuned for those. But we've also got we've partnered with the boys at Blood Brother Fishing.
Yeah.
And they're going to run a couple of men's camps for us. The first one's at Chinchilla on the 27th of August. So if you're a fella and you want to come and have a few days with other like-minded men, have some deep conversations as well, because we know that these lads will do that. And I mean, if I can make it, I'm going to make it. But unfortunately, we've got another engagement which will be in the Northern Territory up at Tennant Creek, across at Tennant Creek. So I'm probably not going to be able to make it. So, and
no, the old version of Jack would be at making sure he could be at both events in some way, shape, or form, but not this new version of Jack.
Well, I'm going to blame Adrian for this one, because we had it penciled in for the 7th of August and he's come back with it's a pretty poor excuse too, to be honest. His best man at a wedding. So, no, I'm only joking, Bunner. So.
No, that's good. That is exciting. Some good partnerships building, and we've got some good workshops. We've got NAIDOC week next week.
So NAIDOC week coming up, and we're going to try and make it to...
That's the plan for the minute. But
anything can change. Anything can change, because we were supposed to be down with our other good brother boy, Brendan Adams, and Ike Williams down at Wilcannia.
Yeah.
But some unfortunate stuff happening there again. So we've had to postpone that to later in August.
Yeah,
I'm not going to play the calendar anymore. I think I've got the calendar back, haven't I?
You've got the calendar back. I've handed it over. I've let go. I've let go of a lot of things. Because I've just realised that trying to pull you back and hold you in a space, it's not you. It's not us anyway. It doesn't work. you win. I can't do it.
So we have got some other exciting news too about our parenting program that we're trying to get it up and running, and we're just trying to get some extra funding to be able to help with that. And why it's exciting for us is that what we're going to do is we're going to actually, facilitate the parenting program, but then we're going to have, I don't want to use train the trainer, but it's sort of like that where we're going to train other people up so that they can deliver it into their communities. And there's been so much talk and so much excitement, I guess, around the parenting program and what it may mean for different communities. So we're excited about that.
I love that. And
again,
I
we
love where it was created. Sorry, I jumped in again, but I love it because it comes from your masters.
It does, and I mean and you were involved in that as well. I mean, we did a lot of work on the road. Not just talking to fellas about parenting, but talking to women and kids as well. And it was fantastic to get that insight because look, we're both parents, but you see that different side of things as well, where people have different ideas. And to be honest, I mean, there was a lot of fellas that we spoke to out there that were really struggling, and it was with access to kids and those sort of things. And we even spoke to a couple of lads that if they hadn't have come along and been involved in the process of what we were actually doing, because we were running a couple of workshops as well, but we're also interviewing, about parenting and fatherhood and those sort of things. And if they hadn't have been involved in that process, they had plans to not be here. So look, some real deep and meaningful stories that we listened to, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, they were heavy, but they're also quite positive with the changes that happened through that process of. And I mean, parenting's one of the toughest jobs, whether you've actually given birth and they're your babies or you're raising nieces and nephews and cousins and all the rest. I mean, parenting is a tough gig.
And it really is. And I guess that's why, like we want to have a couple of different streams of the parenting program where, it's aimed at, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander fellas, but other fellas as well, where, we can talk to them about parenting and get their thoughts on it as well. But we also want to have that other stream where, like, we know that, some agencies and different departments that work with our fellas and our girls, that sometimes they struggle as well. So what we want to do is try and get a better perspective from an Aboriginal perspective, working with non-Indigenous organisations that provide service to our communities so that they can understand a little bit better as well. And we want to have, one for, all people as well that want to come and sit in it as well. So it's something that's exciting, but it's going to be some hard work as well. Yeah, but we're looking forward to it, and yeah,
It'll be great when we get it rolling. We're close.
Yeah, we are close. We are really, really close, and we're going to have another look at it. And hopefully, we've got some of that support coming. We've got a couple of irons in the fire, if you like. So we'll see how we go with that. So yeah, stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, look, really excited about the rest of the year. It's been a crackerjack first half of the year. There's been so much happen, but we are really excited about the second half. And I guess the other thing that has really come out of it, but it come out of like before the hard event on the 1st of May, was that we weren't going to try and do too much in 1 week, if you like, from travelling from community to community. So what we want to do now is take a slower and more steady approach to it. We'll still get to as many communities as we can, but it's going to be a more streamlined approach, if you like, where, we're going to have we'll do that same amount of work in each community, but it's just going to take us a little bit longer to get there.
Yeah, and I think we didn't realise how much energy we were giving, how much work, is involved in. I mean, we didn't really think much of it before because we love travelling together, we love being together, we love working together. So sometimes it didn't feel like we were doing much because we do something we love, which feels easy. But now that we've had time to stop and think about it, there's you might talk to 100 people, 200 people in the week. That's a lot of energy, and there's not a lot of time to recharge, to get back onto it, to do it again the following week. So like you just said, the work isn't changing. It's just the timing and the less is more kind of theme, I guess. And if we're talking running, it was slow. What was it? Slow. Going slow made you go faster.
100%, and I mean that's that 80-20 that we talk about with running. So, we can incorporate that into our work as well. And as the old saying goes, slow and steady wins the race. So we want to be looking at it from that approach, and we want to be here for a long time, delivering to our community. So that's the aim and that's the goal. And and again, just feel so happy to still be here because a lot of people don't get that second chance. So
No. Well, that's us. Yeah.
That's us for today. Yeah, look, thanks for joining us, and I'll leave the last word to you, LB.
Oh no, I'm all good. you could have I'll let you have the last word this time. What about that?
Oh, thanks. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a beautiful, and what day is it today? Wednesday. So we're in Hump Day. So we'll say have a great rest of the week, and then a great weekend because we're going to take off for the weekend. So
we are.
we're going to do a little bit of traveling, but slow and steady. So over and out for now. Love to you all, and thanks for joining us. See you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.